Welcome back to the shop. My name's Jamie. In today's video, I'm going to give you a couple of tips for what helped me remove the bed from my pickup truck. Number one, remove that spare tire. Get it out of the way. You don't need it. And it gets in the way of a lot of operations that you're going to be doing underneath the vehicle. Number two, disconnect the wiring harnesses that are at the back of the vehicle. There's a black plastic housing where all of the connections get plugged into. Make sure you disconnect that. Then, on my Silverado, there were 6 bolts that hold the bed to the frame, 3 on each side, as you can see here. And this is where it gets interesting. Those bolts are held to the frame with what's called a captured nut. So inside the frame of the bed, the nut is captured, if you will. And as long as that stays captured and your bolts don't snap, you won't have a problem. But I had bolts that snapped, and I had captured nuts that were no longer captured. And I'm going to walk you through kind of how I took care of that. The quick tip there is it's a Dremel tool. Worked amazing. But here's the video on how I was able to get the bed off by myself with a little bit of help from my wife right at the very end. So thanks to her for her help. You don't need to remove the back bumper or the trailer hitch, but if you do, I recommend you have your dog help you while doing so. And pack your patience. There's also going to be some rusted nuts there, but nothing too bad. And if you do want to remove the bumper, you do have to first loosen the bed so that you can raise the bed up about 1 inch from the back, so that after you've disconnected all of the bolts from the bumper, you can then slide it out. If you don't lift the bed, you won't be getting that bumper off. And I almost forgot to mention there are 2 Torx bolts on the top of your gas filler cap area. You need to disconnect those so that the entire fuel filling mechanism will stay disconnected from the bed of the truck. And lastly, of course, remove that tailgate. So if you have the same problem that I'm having with these bolts that hold the bed on, the captured nut that is up inside the frame, it breaks loose of its capture, and you get this bolt that just spins and won't come out. And so I've tried the Sawzall. Maybe my blade wasn't sharp enough. But on the other side, I couldn't even get the Sawzall in there, where I was having trouble with that nut. But you can see it's now gone because I was able to use the Dremel to Dremel it right out of there. So what I have is the Dremel tool on an extension so that it gets really narrow. So what I've done is I put a cutting blade on after I pushed it through, because otherwise you can't get it through here. It's nice and straight now, and then you can just Dremel it off. All right, so here's the setup. Just got some straps crossed and got a little chain looped to hook onto the loop of the engine hoist.
So I was pulling it back too far, too soon, and hitting on the mud flap in the front. So I've got plenty of room here. I'm going to bring it forward a little bit. And then up. Caught on this mud flap here. There we go. All right, there we go. Rusty, rusty, rusty. So I'm using this strap right here to help keep everything up. Alright, so now the chain is loose here on the hook. It's sitting on the front two legs. And it's really, this strap right here is doing all the work. So, disconnect this one. Not too heavy. It's just a matter of disconnecting that, getting the jack out of the way. But I think because of where this is hooked, I can raise this up out of the way and actually slide back. So that's done two things for me. It's got the arm well out of the way, and it's got this up where I can push and then pull. Hey.
He's starting to bark, so I'm gonna head out and run
Okay.
down there. How'd you get? Wow.
I need your help, actually. I could use your help
Okay.
because it would be easier with another set of hands.
What are we doing?
What I'm going to do is I'm going to take some weight off of this, and I'll let you know when I have it. And then with two hands, you're going to grab this and just pull it out of the way.
Oh, we're sitting in
And
there?
I'm just going to flip it up on its end.
Oh, I see. Okay. So I'm just going to be pulling this out when you tell me you're ready.
Yep. I mean, you don't have to run out.
Right. So
Probably-
I'm pulling it out, and then am I helping you tip the thing up?
No, I don't think so, because... Okay, so go ahead and go right up. Right, yeah, that's it right there.
Oh, okay.
No, that's good. There it is.
Wow. So this is where I will sit until you fix
Good.
it?
Thank you to my wonderful assistant.
Oh, hi.
So the name of my channel is Eno Restoration. In this case, it's a preservation, because if I don't fix the rust on this truck, it's not really worth anything. And that is such a shame. But coming up, you're going to see future videos on cleaning the rust out of the inside of the frame rails. We'll be painting the frame. I also need to replace the cab corners and the rocker panels, which are totally rusted. This also needs a new transmission, and it has a leaking exhaust manifold because of the typical Chevrolet broken exhaust manifold bolt. So lots of videos coming up on this Silverado. It's really important to me that we keep this thing on the road, for as long as possible. So that's what I'll be doing this summer. So stay tuned. Till next time, thank you and have a great day.